guys, welcome to Math1141. So this time we'll talk about algebra question 47, x question. Now let's read the question. Let's say equals to I multiplied by 1 plus is divided by 1 minus is, where s belongs to real number. So s is a real number. Now show that x equal to either pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10s for s is less or equal than 1. Or negative 3 pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10s for s is bigger than 1. And second part is describe geometrically what happened to the z as s increased infinity to negative infinity to infinity. Okay, now we can look at first part of the question. They ask us to find arc z. So we're going to find arc z. What's the arc z? They give us the arc z's equation or representation, which is arc I1 plus is divided by 1 minus is. As we all know, if we say arc z1, z2, we can write as arc z1 plus z2. So same situation happens here. I can write it as arc I plus arc 1 plus is and minus 1 minus is. Right? Now we can find out arc I, arc 1 plus is, arc 1 minus is, which is pretty easy for you guys. So it will be pi on 2 plus inverse 10 s on 1, because s is real number, so it's just 1 plus is. When you're going to find the arc, you just inverse 10 s divided by 1. So minus inverse 10 negative s divided by 1. Just let's tie it up a bit. Inverse 10 s, and because inverse 10 is the odd function, so we can put a negative in the front. We can write it as plus inverse 10 s, and just tidy it more. We get pi on 2 plus 2 inverse s, 2 inverse 10 s. Okay, look like we're nearly here, but now we need to consider the value of s. So what happens when s is less or equal than 1? When s is less or equal than 1, what it will going to change? Inverse 10s will going to change, right? Because arc z is dependent on pi on 2, but at the same time depend on inverse 10s. So if our s value will change, value of inverse 10s will change, and our arc z will change. So when s is less than 1, inverse 10s will less or equal than pi over 4, but it will bigger than negative pi on 2. Why? Because when your s goes to negative infinity, inverse 10 negative infinity will become negative pi on 2. So the range of inverse s when s is smaller than 1 will be between negative pi on 2 to pi on 4. Now we're just going to compute this inverse 10s into this function and then go back to arc z. So I got 2 inverse 10s. Right? Now we just add pi on 2 on here. We got it as pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10 as bigger than negative pi on 2, small or less than pi. Right? Now let's look at this range. Pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10s is arc z. Which is in the range of arc z, because when you're talking about argument, it has to be in a range between negative pi and pi. So it's okay for s is less or equal than 1. Now let's look at the situation when s is bigger than 1. So what we get, like what the range will be inverse s get. Obviously it will be big than pound 4, but it will less than pound 2. Why? Because when your s goes to infinity, inverse 10 infinity, we're going to pound 2. Right? And then we'll just do the same process here. And then we'll add up pound 2. Right? So all we got is Unsw is bigger than pi, smaller than 3 pound 2. Right? But as we say, the Unsw have to be in the range of between negative pi and pi. Now we got Unsw between the range of pi and 3 pound 2. So what do we do next? We need to change it back into the range of Unsw. So what do we do? Just simply minus 2 pi. So we got 2 inverse 10s plus pound 2 minus 2 pi is bigger than negative pi and smaller than negative pound 2. Now we just need to tidy it up a bit. What we got is 2 inverse 10 minus 3 pound 2 will bigger than negative pi. So you might have a question, why we minus pound 2? Because when you draw the circle, unique circle, right? So angle is on this position. And then if we just subtract pound 2, it will go back to the same position but on a different representation. So we can minus pound 2 or plus pound 2 or minus 4 pi plus 4 pi. It's just no matter. The thing matters is after you subtract this or add up those numbers, it has to be in a range of Unsw. So what we got is Unsw, when s is less than 1, it will be pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10s. But when s is bigger than 1, it has to be negative 3 pound 2 plus 2 inverse s, which is what I get here. Okay, now we solved the first part of question. Now let's look at the second part of question. Describe a geometrical what happened to z as increased from negative infinity to infinity. Okay, now let's look at part B. Describe geometrical what happened to z as increased from negative infinity to infinity. So s is increased from negative infinity to infinity. Right? Now, what s is negative infinity, which is from s less or equal than 1, which is pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10 s, to positive infinity, which is negative 3 pi on 2 plus 2 inverse 10 s. So happened here? When you got from negative infinity, you will got from pound 2 plus 2 inverse 10, negative infinity. When a positive infinity, you will got positive infinity. Right. So when you are in negative infinity, it will be pound 2 plus 2 times negative pound 2. When you are in positive infinity, it will be negative right? And then will be pound 2 plus negative pi will be negative pi pound 2. And negative 3 pound 2 plus pi will be negative pound 2. So what's happening here? If we just imagine the xy axis or imagine a real number axis, initially when s is negative infinity, which means z is on the line at the imaginary line, z is on the imaginary line, and then it goes around anti-clockwise and go back to this negative pound 2 line again, which is negative pound 2. So why it's going this way, it's not going another way around? Which is because when you gradually go from negative pound 2 to negative infinity to infinity, inverse 10, this number is decreased. So negative number is decreased. So pound 2 plus less negative number will become like negative pound 3 or negative pound 4, pound 6, which is gradually become less and less, and then turning around in an anti-clockwise direction. Or another way is you just try when s equals 0, see what point it will be, and then you will find out it will be here, it will be here, like will be 0 or something else, and then try another point, and it goes further, and then you can see the direction of this move. So basically, you just go and rotate from anti-clockwise to the original position, go from negative pound 2 to negative pound 2. Yeah, I think this is pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Hope this helps.